The No New Friends podcast is brought to you by Sandpiper Vacations. For the best in vacation plannings, just visit www.sandpipervacations.com. Let them know that the No New Friends podcast sent you.
Oh, back to me. Yeah, and Maddie just posted in the chat too, like, we're both at that age where our daughters are proud of their poops, and sometimes they just make you come in and look at it.
Yeah, I didn't know girls
so get ready for those days
until I had daughters, because I'm a girl dad. And I'm like, how did that come out of you? Like, what is happening?
There was just glitter.
Yeah, I thought it was glitter. It's not. Spoiler alert.
That's the gays.
It's just the gays. Just poop glitter.
That's gays. We just poop glitter.
So, Sarah, tell me about your bowel movements. Are they nice and healthy? And
all glitter.
All glitter.
All glitter. I don't know what you're talking about.
I've never seen Sarah sweat either. Like, I've hung out at the parks with her. No sweat.
Broadcasting from the Sandpiper Vacation Studios. It's time for the No New Friends podcast. The podcast for adults who love to laugh at adulting. The good, the bad, and the funny.
Okay, here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
It's showtime. It's showtime.
That's right, you're listening to the No New Friends podcast, voted number 1 by our friends and family, and number 3 by the Orlando Weekly Readers Poll. We are the podcast for adults who love to laugh at adulting. Now, if you'd like to connect with us, all of our social media links are right there on our website, no.new.friends.podcast.com. While you're there, check out our really sweet merchandise or join our clubhouse. Become a friend with benefits, and you can watch us do a bunch of stuff. Exclusive content, you can win prizes just for as low as $2 a month. Hang out with us in our free Discord. Well, anybody can do the free Discord. Anyway, we record live on YouTube almost every single Wednesday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then also a bunch of us go to the Orlando theme parks every Wednesday and live stream on the TikTok. That's no.new.friends.podcast. My name is Scott. I'm the host. With me, as always, the scumbag reselling hoarder himself, Chris.
I did a doctor.
The Jewish American princess, Sarah.
Hello.
Our emotional support gay, Nick.
It's a me. I'm a gay.
And our producer, Alex.
Oh, what?
So, Sarah, I'm concerned about you.
Why is that?
Well, what is it like living in 2024 without a working cell phone?
What do you mean?
I have a bunch of blue where I've texted, people in our group and nothing. I'm having conversations with myself.
Oh, wow.
Is this just us communicating, or are we talking about yesterday when I was at work and my phone was blowing up and I couldn't respond?
Maybe a group chat between you and me and not Nick and Chris and
that one. Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Maybe Lewis, maybe Darren. I thought you died.
You have a separate chat without me?
Is it?
I was very concerned.
You haven't given a thumbs up on any of the pictures of my daughter.
Yeah.
Do you hate her?
I haven't even seen them yet, actually, and I hate bubbles so much. It says I have 15 messages.
That's actually not that much for me.
Which is, it's so unlike me.
Have you seen Scott's emails? He has like 18,000.
Over 100,000 unread emails.
You know what? That's the one thing. In all the bubbles, my email has 26,000.
Oh my gosh.
So I can't hate him for that. But for some reason, the phone calls and the texts, that kills me. So now I have to look and, I see the creepy picture of your daughter on the camera now. Now I see
thank
it.
you for
I
I will say thank you first and foremost for not like loving the photo like Darren did to be nice. It's a creepy photo. That's terrifying. She made a little grunt noise last night, which was equally as terrifying. I looked and that was her face. I had to screenshot it to show Emily because she would have never believed me. Terrifying. Anyway, go on.
She is very cute though, but
Most
I
of the time,
apologize.
yeah.
I'm so sorry. You know what? I have been busy at home. I barely text my husband back, honestly, because I've been getting in the zone of trying to pack everything up. So once it started, that was it.
I just got concerned because when Chris is texting me more than you, there's a problem. I'm like, Sarah's dead. We have to find a replacement. Like where she's no longer living. Kind of like our president.
I'm trying to work and then I get home and I'm just packing the house.
So
I don't even pay attention.
What's new with the housing update?
Nothing really. I'm just packing up my entire house without actually knowing where we're going to end up, essentially.
It's like Russian roulette for housing.
You
it
can't
really
say Russia.
is, but
I'm sorry. Ukrainian roulette.
much better. Yeah, we looked at our first property today, and I think, well, we put in our application, so we're hopeful at least. But yeah, one and done. So we're just kind of hoping that works out and go from there.
That's my wife's nickname for me too. One and done.
So essentially, I'm in a house that's full and piled up with boxes, and not really sure where they're going to end up. So we'll see.
And Lewis usually knows what to do with a box. Sorry, Alex.
I wouldn't argue that. Alex, you can keep it. It's okay.
Well, I wish you the best. Hopefully this process is done for you soon so you can get back to hawk tooing, spitting on that thing. And
I didn't need a viral video and some random girl to tell me that, but thank you, Scott. Appreciate it.
guys, we have to get this hawk tooey girl on the podcast. Like
she's too big already. She's too big. She's like getting interviews left and right. She was at a insert famous country singer here concert the other day.
Yeah, we missed our opportunity when she got fired from preschool. That's when we should have reached out.
You know, that wasn't even true. She worked at a factory.
Well, that's what Fox News said.
Yeah, they usually tell the truth.
Yeah,
too.
because they tell the truth all the time.
Yeah, that's usually the case. But yeah, she was just on she was on a podcast. I hate to say it, but she was on a podcast. Bleep that. And she was talking about how she was never a preschool teacher. She worked at a spring factory, whatever that means. Whatever that means. Is that a Southern thing? I have no idea.
Like a factory that makes springs?
I can only assume, Scott, that's what it means. I have no idea.
Maybe she was talking about spitting on that thing and then jumping on it or sitting on it. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe it was some innuendo that I just went right over my head.
Most of the innuendos do go right over your head.
I am 5'6", Scott, so most things do.
Right. So, Chris, what is the terrible transition again?
You're getting bad at this.
I know. I used to be so good at these transitions. Now I'm going to go from hawk tooey to let's talk about your daughter again.
Well, Pride Month's over, so you don't have to worry about transitioning anymore.
You do have to worry about transitioning.
Because now
it's not accepted anymore.
It's not accepted. Yeah.
Wait till June. You wanted to talk about so first of all, okay, we talked about hawk tooey. You want to talk about my daughter now? What was that?
Yes. How's your daughter doing?
She's fine.
Okay. So, no, you, what's the update? Has she pooped yet?
No, come on. She hasn't pooped since the last episode.
Oh my gosh.
Seriously, since the last episode?
Since the last time we recorded, it's once a week.
Wow.
So we gave her a suppository a week ago today. It's in my app. I have an app for her poops. I don't use it very much.
Neither. So, I don't use my period sex tracking app either very much.
So yeah, we did the suppository last week. I thought we'll wait 8 days again because we did wait 8 days. But in the meantime, somebody that Emily knows said she took her baby to the chiropractor to make her poop. I don't believe in chiropractors.
Oh, I love chiropractors. I feel like, are you kidding me?
I feel like chiropractors are the Alex Jones of the medical industry. Let me explain, because you won't ask me to explain.
Please explain.
Thank you, Scott. Alex Jones is a conspiracy theorist. If you don't know who that is.
Is this like translucent skin with the skeletons and all that?
It's like, Alex Jones thinks that chemicals in the water turned the frogs gay. Like, that's how crazy Alex Jones is. Got sued because he said Sandy Hook wasn't real and it was staged. Crazy, right? That's how I think of chiropractors.
They can get rid of inner ear infections. I believe that.
Chiropractors say they can fix anything. They can. They might as well be Jesus Christ. Yeah. The way they talk about themselves. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And it's never worked for me. So anyway, I remember my chiropractor, none of them are vaccinated. Forget about vaccines. Like they wear special gloves during COVID. They were trying to sell me gloves that didn't, the germs would just fall off the gloves. I don't want to talk about that though. That was a dark time. So we take her to the chiropractor today. That was proven to work. So we take her to the chiropractor today, and I kid you not. And Emily, I haven't talked about this with Emily yet because we were both very hungry on the way home, so we didn't talk to each other. You know, when you're driving with your spouse and you're so hungry that you just don't talk to each other just to avoid like a huge fight. That was what we were doing today.
Because it always ends up being like, where do you want to eat? And then you choose some place, and they're like,
exactly.
Like, no,
Listen, Sarah, just pull over.
I was gonna say this literally happened to us today.
Wait, and then you guys boned?
Listen, it wasn't an argument, okay, but it was the back and forth, and then it was the silent car ride, and then he hit me with, "I'm just hungry. I'm sorry."
Yeah, see, and I didn't want to apologize for anything, so I just didn't talk. You turn the music up a little louder. You drive a little faster. You get home. I just went food shopping yesterday. I wasn't pulling over.
Why is it that when our spouses or partners piss us off, we speed? It's like, I'm going to show them. I just want to
get home and shut the door on their face.
I start driving like I am Dale Earnhardt Jr. Not Dale Earnhardt because he did die in a crash.
Right. Yeah.
Dale Earnart Jr. Who did not die in a crash. Right. I drive like him. So and I tell her, I'm like, who do you think I am, Dale Earnhardt or Jr.? Which has no idea what I'm talking about, but I'm just trying to prove a point that I will never crash a car.
What's really funny, Chris,
and she gets mad at me saying we almost crashed, and I said almost only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades, not in driving.
What's really funny, Chris,
we never died.
Am I frozen?
But anyway, I digress. Just trying to stall until Scott unfreezes.
He's very deep in thought right now.
Trust me, I did not want to use that expression, but I had to because Scott was just staring into my soul. I'll wait.
What's really funny, Chris, so you drive faster. I know that it pisses me off when I drive slow because I drive like grandpa. So I will slow down and go like 5 miles per hour under the speed limit to just agitate and annoy because like we literally, our love language to each other is passive aggressiveness. That's how we communicate.
Oh, yeah. That's very healthy.
Very, extremely healthy. So you, on the way home from the doctors, weren't speaking.
Right. Because of hunger.
Right.
But let's rewind a little bit. We go to the chiropractor and it was a 45-minute appointment. Which
for
was
a baby?
Really, yeah, it was weird, dude.
Chiropractic, like it's like 3 minutes in and out.
Right. Well, you're talking a baby. She held our baby for like a half hour. And that's what I'm talking about. Like me and Emily did not talk about this because of the hunger thing on the way home. Cause it was like 1:45 on the way home. We didn't eat yet. And, if for anybody who doesn't understand,
you is he had a Twinkie at 1:35. But
stop.
Quit talking about me like that. Pride month's over.
So yeah, we can't talk. I'm not gay anymore.
Happy Straight Month.
So I just feel like a lot of the appointment was just the chiropractor enjoying the shit out of holding a baby. Like she was just like putting her in different positions, holding her and bouncing her. I'm like, I was doing this the whole morning to try to keep her from stopping. Like you're not adjusting her. If you're adjusting her, then I should start billing my insurance for me holding my child. Because you're literally doing the same exact thing that I do. And the only thing that she did different was just poke the shit out of my daughter's stomach, which I do anyway. Because I just went on YouTube and looked up how to make it.
No.
Oh. No, not literally. No, not literally. So I did. So she's like, maybe today will be the day. And I just left with like, I was like thinking like, that's it. Like she held her, bounced her, poked her in the stomach, then looks at us and says, maybe today will be the day.
Maybe.
So it wasn't like today is not the day. She did not poop. Gonna have to shoot the glycerin up her butt tomorrow again, which is great because tomorrow we will be at the grandparents' house, so they will be able to clean up the shit. But was it planned that way? Of course. So we leave the chiropractor, and Emily looks at me and says, "So what do you think?" And I was like, "I think nothing. I have no thoughts. I have no thoughts. I'm hungry. I don't want to talk. Like, there's nothing for me to say right now." I said, "We'll just have to wait and see." And so it is currently 7:40 p.m. on Tuesday the 2nd, and she has not pooped yet. Hopefully we can edit this in the future and insert she pooped with cheers. No, just kidding. We do not have good production value. That will never happen. But hopefully she poops tonight.
Hopefully
it's when I'm recording, so I don't have to change it. You know what I do want to talk about for a second? I do want to talk about this for a second because I think the show might be a little divided on this.
Oh,
Emily was pissed that I purchased this. I think it's the smartest thing in the world. I think it's great. Speaking about shit. So once a week and once every 8 days, when my daughter does in fact shit, it's a shit show, like a literal shit show. And it smells horrible. It is so bad.
Obviously.
Because it's shit. It's shit. So
it pretty much smells like you on a regular basis.
Yeah. That was actually a deep dig.
I had to explain to you what a shower was the other Nick, before you came on. Sarah comes on and her hair's all done. And he's like, did you come back from somewhere? Your hair looks great. And I'm like, it always looks great. She's like, I took a shower today. I was like, Chris, a shower is something.
Well, Chris usually FaceTimes me from the shower. So sorry.
So, all right, whatever. I don't even remember what I was saying. I'm so upset right now. So anyway,
what are we divided on?
Show. It's a shit show.
I'm on Instagram and I see an ad for something that I thought was brilliant. It's called Dad Nose. And it looks like a little clown nose. And you put it over your nose when you change your child's poopy diaper. And instead of smelling the poop, you smell whatever the scent of the nose that you put on your nose is. And I got coffee fragrance, I got candle fragrance, and pine fragrance. It was $19.95 for 3 noses. They last until they don't. And you put them on when you're changing the diaper. What? And Emily looks at me and she goes, that was created by a woman. You know that, right? I was like, what are you talking about? She goes, you're literally wearing a clown nose. The husband's going to look like a clown when they're changing a diaper.
Who cares?
I said, I don't care what I look like. I'm not going to be smelling shit. I'm going to be smelling a fresh brewed cup of coffee. You could change the baby with whatever you want. You could smell that shit. I'm going to be smelling a fresh brewed cup of coffee.
I love
this.
What
do you guys think?
I love this. I think it's brilliant.
Right?
If it was like Disney fragrances, maybe. It's like the
Well, it's funny you should say that.
It's Joffrey's coffee.
Yeah. It's funny you should say that, Nick, because if you go to magicallyscented.com right now, use promo code Remy19, you can get 13% off your purchase of the Dad Nose.
Sarah, what's your opinion on this? From a woman's perspective.
You know, I was able to skip that part. You see, I came in at the toddler stage,
she
so
says
I didn't
wait
have
until
to
they're
deal with
potty
it.
trained, then become involved.
Chris, leave.
Exactly. But if they were anything as babies like they are now, that I can be on the other side of the house and it smells like them going to the bathroom, then I would have appreciated whatever got rid of the smell.
Well, you're about to get to the middle school phase, so you may want to invest in those noses. Because middle school kids
I need it now because the way Piper farts is impressive.
She is definitely a lift her leg in your face fart type person.
Will.
Oh yeah.
She will hold it in. She knows, like the pull my finger trick, like she can do it on command. So Chris, this is what you have to look forward to in 6 years.
Oh gosh, should I take my headphones off? I don't know if
I maybe.
Wait, are you saying that my daughter's actually gonna be able to poop? Is that because I will? That's something to look forward to. Wow.
She will, but you know how
alert.
Sometimes you, as an adult, take a poop and it hurts later.
Yeah.
Piper, I was very proud of Piper today. She had one of those moments where she came up to me and she's like, "My butt hurts."
That's maybe because you're underdoing the poppers.
Oh, popping before poop.
That's what I forgot to do.
Other pain that the
back to my child. She's not doing those. She went to the bathroom today and she's like, "Daddy, my butt hurts." I'm like, "Well, did you poop?" And she's like, "Yeah." And I'm like, "It was probably a big one, wasn't it?" She's like, "Yeah." I'm like, we've all been there. We've had those moments where you're just kind of like strutting out of the bathroom, like,
So should I go to the hospital?
Yeah, I might need a new butthole at this point. And sometimes that happens.
Turd I've ever seen.
Sometimes it happens when you are a grown man, a grown gay man, and you're just like, I might need a new butthole after that one.
Nick, are you more worried when your butthole hurts because you're like, I've seen what can go in here? Like,
no,
what the hell just came out of me?
I was talking with Ryan and Maddie about it in a group text the other day.
I just had a conversation about this the other day.
Had a conversation about this, but the butthole is it's a muscle. It flexes and it can fit big things up there.
Do you work it out, Nick?
Like Kegel?
You said it's a muscle. Like, do you go to the gym?
Yeah.
Like,
Oh,
no,
not the
the
gym.
Kegel, the Kegel
I mean, not
exercises.
this literal.
I go to
gym.
Chipotle, and then like that's a good workout for it. It like helps loosen it up some. Yeah, it might work.
If Mexican is what we need to do to exercise this muscle,
I mean, Lewis is Latino. He can loosen my butthole.
yeah, maybe cut the whole out of the future. Yeah, Alex, when you're editing this, maybe you just take because I think that it was just two totally different. Yeah, I don't think we should. And this is in all serious. I don't think we should compare the two. I think maybe Alex, at your discretion, you're a dad. You will know. Maybe we take that out.
Alex
YouTube,
is fine.
enjoy. YouTube, enjoy. But Alex, maybe my mother-in-law listens to this. Maybe we take it out.
Yeah, maybe take it out.
Maybe we take it out.
Leave everything else, but just take Chris asking, and then this whole
That's
explanation that he went into. Take
Absolutely.
that out as well.
Yeah.
And then me saying,
Yeah.
take it out, take it out, take it out. That's,
Yeah. And then like this right now, like literally what I'm saying right now, just take this out.
Yeah.
Just take this out.
Yeah, just take it out. That's what my wife says all the time. She's like, okay, I'm done. Take it out.
And like what Scott said, take that out because it
Just
doesn't
take it
apply
out.
to anything we're talking about because you took what I said out. Just take this all out.
Just take the Chipotle thing out and leave all this
All right,
explanation
3 hours
later.
later.
And if you want to know what the Chipotle thing is, you have to watch us on YouTube every
Yeah.
single Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Yeah. Except for the first week of July.
Except for
We
next week.
record on Tuesday.
No, you guys are going to do it anyway. Nick.
This is the first week of July.
Yes, Nick, back to you.
Oh, back to me. Yeah, and Maddie just posted in the chat too. Like, we're both at that age where our daughters are proud of
Really?
their poops, and sometimes they just make you come in and look at it.
I didn't know girls
So get ready for
could
those
poop
days.
until I had daughters, because I'm a girl dad. And I'm like, how did that come out of you? Like, what is
Right.
happening?
There was just glitter.
Yeah. I thought it was glitter. It's not. Spoiler
Right.
alert.
That's the gays.
It's just poop glitter.
That's the gays. We just poop glitter.
So, Sarah, tell me about your bowel movements. Are they nice and healthy and
All glitter.
all glitter?
All glitter. I don't know what you're talking about.
I've never seen Sarah sweat either. Like I've hung out at the parks with her. No sweat. Just dry as can be. Kind of like my wife's vagina.
You know what?
Oh my God.
Thanks for intertwining me into that sentence. I appreciate that. No, you know what? I've never been a sweater, honestly, but when we were at the park sometimes, it's everywhere except for the face. I feel like it's awful.
It's on the spots that you wouldn't think sweat.
Well, you get the under the bra, sweat.
boob sweat.
And
I
then
can't
your
imagine.
pants,
Yeah.
Your pants are a little too tight. Just, I can't wear denim shorts. Can't wear denim shorts ever to the theme park because it's so awful when it's so hot and then it starts rubbing on you. Oh,
Wow.
Are you guys all big
You're
sweaters?
talking about your sex life?
Are we all big sweaters on here?
I am.
I have been, like, the older I get, the more I sweat.
I can't
like,
buy
for no
gray shirts
reason.
anymore.
See, here's the funny thing, Chris. Unless I'm like in extreme heat at the parks, I don't sweat under my arms. I get boob sweat, which is a new thing for me, and it's a little bit embarrassing. Like I used to be embarrassed if I like sweat. I don't care now because I'm literally at the parks. Everybody's sweating. It's gross. But when the boob sweat shows up, I'm like, ooh, that's not a good look.
Yeah. That's why I stopped buying gray shirts. Like I won't wear. There are certain shirts that I won't wear during certain temperatures. Like
Could you wear some gray sweatpants just for science?
you know that
for
I
me?
will because I've sent you photos. I can't wear gray sweatpants unless I send Nick a photo because he just wants to know if I look okay for the day for some reason. I have no idea what else there would have been.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, Charles Robert just put in chat, I sweat like a damn pig. I sweat like a damn pig as well. And I always have, and it's horrible. But it's worse when you care, if that makes sense. Like when I was younger and in high school or college, it was way worse. Now that I'm like married and have a child and stuff, it's like I don't care as much anymore.
I don't care. It means, I mean, who cares? Now, if it's like, if I'm wearing like a dress shirt or something and I'm like out somewhere, that's when I care because I'm like,
yeah, that sucks.
get a grip.
I think It's like Disney,
Right.
being at Disney, it's acceptable because you're literally
like if you're
on the
not
sun
sweating,
there.
it's worse than if you are.
Yeah. I don't sweat as much because I have this really cool neck fan that I got from my TikTok shop. Yeah, if you go to our TikTok
I've not
shop,
heard
there's a
about
really
it.
cool neck fan. It keeps you nice and cool in the parks.
You know what I found? I just and I found this out. So my best friend, he got married, and I was in his wedding, and I put on my dress shirt, and it was a very light dress shirt, but not in temperature, in like cloth, so you can see water right through it. And we were in a locker room getting dressed because of that country club that he got married at.
Wait, Scott, can you cue the like sexy music right now? Because I'm like really turned on. He's talking about locker rooms and light shirts. I'm like, oh.
We were in a men's
more.
locker room, and Mike Trout's locker. Scott knows who Mike Trout is. Mike Trout's locker was there. We all took a photo in front of this major league baseball player's locker. So anyway, we're all in these white button downs, and I start sweating profusely. It's warm down there. It's toasty. I'm moist, Nick. I am moist.
Me too.
So I go over to the sink. They have all men's products over there. And I found Gold Bond
fancy.
for the first time. I don't know if you guys know what Gold Bond is.
All dads know it now.
Gold Bond is God's
dad
gift to men.
I would say the vagina is God's gift to men.
I would put Gold Bond above that,
okay.
Scott. Gold Bond. I put Gold Bond in every crack and crevice in my body. I didn't sweat for 3 days. I smelled like a 70-year-old man, but I did not sweat. I was like, I started going around to everybody. I was like, you got to try this. I was like, this is incredible. Everyone's like, nobody's sweating except for you. All right, well then I'll just see my way out. But no, I was also in a cast and on a knee scooter during that wedding, so I was sweating a lot more than everybody else.
Well, and the weight gain.
What happened?
So
Why were you in a cast?
No, we're not going down this road.
last year, end of July.
It's like a year.
Anyway, it's been almost a year.
Wow. You're still bitching about it.
Wow. We should have like a memoriam or
Still
something.
can't run. I tried to jog the other day.
My hand is doing fine as well, by the way. And I want you to know it's funny that this came up because Jordan actually pointed out a spindle to me today and just pointed at it and chuckled. And I'm like, what are you pointing at? And she said, you stabbed yourself on that thing. So
What age do I get to look forward those dark jokes at?
well,
Middle school.
she's 9, but it started earlier than that because she has
she's
me as a step
accelerated.
parent. Yeah.
Yeah, your daughter's going to look at you, Chris, and show it. Are you okay?
Yeah, I actually just hurt myself. I put my foot up and I hit my heel. I don't want to keep this in the episode. It's embarrassing.
Keep it. Well, now you and Cameron Brick have something in common.
I don't know who that is.
Yeah, you do. She's the
Cameron Brick? I thought it was a
Brink.
dude,
Cameron
first
Brink.
of all.
She's the
Cameron Brink?
starting center
really
for
don't
the
know who
LA
it is.
Sparks. She the hot blonde.
Oh, I do know who that is. Yeah. She's on Reddit as hot draft pick for this Sparks, not Cameron Brink.
Right. Gotcha. Sorry. Continue.
I don't think there was anything to do. I think I was done. I don't think you want me to keep talking. I think I talked enough.
So your daughter has not pooped yet.
She is not pooped. I have, but she's not. I even show her what poop looks like. I'm like, this is what you should be doing. And she can't see yet because she can only see 6 inches away. She's still very much blind.
You know, I think we're done with these poop jokes now, so I need you guys to just move out of the way because Pride Month's over, but I'm still gay. Move. I'm gay.
Nick's on the mic, so it's time to take notice. And if you don't like it, that's homophobic. Stay the hell out of his way. Move, I'm gay.
So, last week I talked briefly, and I won't go into too much detail, but I will go into some. So, my mother-in-law ended up in the hospital last week. She got out of the hospital after a couple days. Actually, the day we recorded the podcast. I'm not very close with her. She's never really been that involved in our lives. Just there's always some sort of excuse that she came up with of why she couldn't come visit us. But we found out that she might have dementia or Alzheimer's, and starting to realize that through a text message that we received yesterday. And mind you, she never texts me. So we have a group text going now, and she's a little confused. And I don't want to make fun of somebody that's sick, but also some of the stuff people say when they lose their mind or lose their memory. Or
I have a great example of
very
this.
Entertaining.
The COVID, we beat Medicaid.
I get that reference.
What?
If you don't, check out our YouTube shorts.
Oh, that one. All right. So Sean and I both get this message from his mother yesterday, and she says, "Can you get me like 6 bags of unsalted peanuts for the squirrels?"
Sorry, it's not funny.
Unless you're planning to come down this way every day this week. She's like, my cousin Sarah used to take me, but they usually cost to save a lot because it costs more for less.
They cost more for less. Okay.
3 bags a week is good. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. She wants 3 bags a week of unsalted peanuts for the squirrels. Sean's like, I've never bought these before. Don't know where this is coming from. And this is when we kind of started noticing a little bit that she was slightly off. So I ran up to Sean when I saw this text message come in, and I'm like, just cracking up at it, because you just have to laugh at.
I laughed at an entire debate last week.
Oh yeah, who didn't? He said he was down there at her house a couple weeks ago fixing or cleaning up her yard work and stuff, and he got poison ivy like he always does at her house. And apparently she needed something cleaned off on the sidewalk. The city is sending her notes about it. And he's like, well, what do you want me to do about this dead squirrel? She's like, oh my God, there's one that's dead. Which one is it? He's like, Thomas. I don't know. I didn't catch his name. So she goes over and looks at it, and she's like, oh, I don't know that one. So now we have to feed the squirrels, and then apparently she's Snow White. So.
Oh.
Yeah. So it's rather moving. It's entertaining. Yeah. As Charles Roberts said, laughter is medicine. We just have to laugh it off at this point.
Chris's daughter's bowels.
No, they're not. I tried all the pressure points as instructed by the doctor, which they call themselves the chiropractor. Now, Nick, do you think she might have texted you about nuts because you're gay?
Oh,
maybe she doesn't have Alzheimer's. Maybe she's very, very like intelligent,
just blunt about it.
Yeah, maybe she's like, "You're a nut guy, right?"
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know where it came from. It literally came out of nowhere, just like the nuts sometimes come out of nowhere. I guess they come out of one place.
Well, since my other one didn't drop.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. This is a sore subject for you talking about nuts, isn't it?
I'm sorry. The use of the S is offensive. So if we could just refer to them as nut from now on, I'd appreciate that.
The nuts. So if somebody wants to send 3 bags of nuts per week, you can email me. So that's been my life right now in a nutshell.
Thank you for not using the S there.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm done. You can go back to your heterosexual podcast.
Nick's on the mic, so it's time to take notice. And if you don't like it, that's homophobic. Stay the hell out of his way. Move, I'm gay.
I'm so drunk that I just spelled worse with an E. It looks
better than
it looks like Ryan wrote it.
The word.
But you know what? It phonetically, it looks way better than WORSE.
Okay. All right.
Worse or worse? Think about it. Anyway, carry on.
So something happened to me this week, and we joke all the time, Chris. Like when Emily
dropped.
It never dropped. I had to have surgery. It's not funny. I was in a lot of pain. I still remember that pain at 3 years old. Apple juice made me throw up. But
did you poop?
Oh, I had no problem pooping. Peeing was the hard thing. So, Chris, we've talked about like when Emily leaves town, like you're useless. Like you're going to end up dead. The dog doesn't get fed.
I don't have long.
Yeah.
Right.
So
I feed her. I just don't give her water.
Right.
I forget one or the other.
Right. I'm similar. Like I'm useless without my wife. Like things.
Yeah, you don't have to say that out loud.
It's just a given.
We know.
So I'm at work, and I work at a resort, and we've got this snack bar, quick service area, and this lady asked me, "Hey, do you have any salt packets?" I have no idea if I have salt packets or not. Like it's a bigger quick service area. Like I look at one of the employees, and I'm like, "Hey, do we have salt packets?" So another guest comes up and says, yeah, they're right here. And everyone's kind of looking at me, and it's busy. There's like 20 people around. So I'm like, okay, I'm a little bit embarrassed because I don't know that we have salt packets. So it comes to me. I said, guys, look, I said, you all have husbands. I said, my wife is not here. Okay. I have no idea where anything is. If my wife was here, we'd find you salt packets, but I have no idea. And they all laughed, and we continued on our way. Really thought that story was going to get a better reaction. So I'm glad.
No, it kind of sucked.
It did. It did. Yeah. I'm having an off night. I'm man flu, and I'm trying to I'm freaking out because I don't want to be sick for my California trip next week with Darren. Really excited about that. So I'm kind of a little bit low key.
Yeah. Oh, you mean the trip that you didn't book through Sandpiper?
Interesting,
Vacations.
First of all. Yeah. But really excited announcement. Scott's stressed, upset and stuff. I am the opposite. And I think that I can speak on behalf of Sarah and Nick when I say that I'm really excited for Scott's trip next week. I'm excited because guess what?
What?
It's going to be we're going to have a threesome, good old threesome next week.
Oh,
we're going to have a good old threesome, consensual and only audio, nothing else, you sick fucks. It is literally just going to be it's going to be us three on the podcast next week, and I think that I'm at the stage in my mental health journey that I'm scared about this, and just to feel anything makes me feel excited
you
for
have
something.
Feelings,
exactly. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about, Nick.
Yeah,
the fact that I feel something is really exhilarating for me.
Because for quite some time, I was dead inside.
Yeah, it happens to the best of us.
And it's finally outside, and now we all give it to Scott. So thank you, Scott.
Yeah, no problem.
Thanks for taking it off.
Yeah, I'm a little bit nervous. Not
Sure.
gonna lie, because this is going to be the first episode that I ever miss.
Ever in the history of this podcast is the first one that you've been. And I was thinking about that the other day too. I'm thinking, they're not even After Dark. There hasn't even been an After Dark that you missed.
I've never missed an episode ever. And I won't even be watching because, as Darren would say, we're not going on a vacation. We're on a quest.
I don't know what that means. That wasn't funny. I'm more confused.
It's not supposed to be funny. It's rope drop to close every day. It's not a vacation. It's a quest. It's a quest to ride everything, to do everything, because I've never been out to Disneyland. I've never been out to Universal Hollywood. There's
a lot to discover out there, and it's the first time Sean and I went there was for our wedding.
Mm-hmm.
Loved it because it was our wedding, but we didn't have time. I felt like we were just kind of in a bubble and then could explore it and enjoy it as much. And it's become our favorite, especially California Adventure Park. It's become our favorite place to go now.
Yeah, I'm really excited about California Adventure because they have a lot. I mean, I don't think they have anything in California Adventure that we have here except for Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway.
No, that's actually Disneyland.
Oh, okay. See, yeah. So there's nothing that exists at California Adventure that we have here. So I'm really excited about that. I'm excited about Mission Breakout. Disneyland, it's is it going to be can I drink? Probably not. It's probably like Magic Kingdom.
I mean, I feel like you're going to be when you see the castle, you're just going to look at it and be
underwhelmed.
Not underwhelmed, but it's just like when you look down your pants every single day.
Was going to say it's probably the same thing that my wife.
And I was thinking the same thing. We are all on the same page. You've been doing this too long. We have to take a little bit of a break.
So next week on the roast of Scott,
what are we going to do next week? In all actuality, Scott, stop talking. Sarah and Nick, what are we going to do next week when we don't have Scott to make fun of? Who's going to be the person that's going to get the butt of all the jokes?
Oh, you.
I mean, I get the butt a lot of times.
It's true.
So I feel like me.
It's going to be interesting.
Pride Month's over, so you can't I guess you can make fun of me because
it's not homophobic anymore for me to make fun.
Yeah.
And then what happens if the podcast, we have the best episode in a while or of all time?
I'll take a backseat. I'll produce.
We rename the podcast and we'll just take it over.
That's fair. I think it's more than fair.
What are you guys going to talk about next week?
What if Scott's the weak link?
We didn't even know what we're going to talk about tonight still.
Yeah.
Let's focus on that.
Yeah. I don't know what we're going to be talking about 5 minutes from now. Nick is a good point, let alone 7 days from now. Next week, we'll be talking about, I don't know. I think I'm probably going to do the most planning I've ever done in my life just to shove it down Scott's throat consensually.
We need segments, so we need both Ryans. Mm-hmm. We need segments.
We'll have like a whole production team for next week.
Yeah. We're going to have new musical numbers. It's going to be an all musical
You
episode.
should do a musical episode.
This will be the
That would be
highly
great.
anticipated musical episode.
Or we could do a Muppets episode that we talked about last year.
Listen, I'm excited to see what you guys do without me. We've talked about it before. Chris is ready. He's come so far from his first hosting gig when it was the episode before the Father's Day episode where he decided to do that abysmal improv game. Remember? Yeah, I'm excited.
I was just more concerned with the fact that you said I'm ready. It makes one of us who thinks that.
Yeah, you got it. I've been grooming you, and not in like the Mormon Kyle Philip Patowski way, but like I've been grooming you for a couple years. You got this. So that'll be next week.
Touching was for what?
Yes. Yeah. So that'll be next week. Make sure you check it out. Yeah, Nick, do you have any travel updates for us?
There's a hurricane coming.
Oh, yes.
So that's been fun.
Where'd you meet him?
Travel. Hey, I don't even know her name anymore.
Wait,
Beryl. What's her name?
Whoa.
Beryl.
Whoa. You're not gay anymore?
Oh, a literal hurricane.
Oh.
Yeah, an actual hurricane.
You see,
A
you
storm.
said there's a hurricane coming, and we both assumed that's the last dude.
A gay
There was some like
innuendo or
Filipino guy
something.
you met.
Yeah.
No, there's an actual hurricane coming towards the Southern Caribbean right now, and it is going to be hitting the Yucatan Peninsula this weekend.
That's hot.
Which is Cancun area.
Right, that's not hot because I have another trip that I did not book through Sandpiper Vacations, booked for February of next year.
For next year, don't worry about that. Focus on the now, where I have a client down there that might be stuck on their vacation.
Good, you can book them a plane ride out of there.
Yeah, it's extra commission.
No,
big
because no
picture.
planes are leaving.
Oh, maybe you have to go down there and get them. Then
I
you'll
might
be
have
the
to go
travel
pick
agent
'em
of the
up.
year.
Oh,
I should. I've already
Or
won
they
that
could
award, I think, today.
they could just enjoy the
Today?
resort for a couple more days. Wait, you won an award today?
I self-awarded myself, I guess. So I have a client
to.
that's
I
at
do
Walt
that
Disney
on a
World.
regular basis.
Yeah. Sometimes you just have to give your own pat on the back and thank you for
somewhere else.
not answering me, Scott. But I have a VIP client at Walt Disney World this week.
VIP.
VIP. I'm calling her that because she is a TikTok influencer that has over 130,000 followers.
Wow.
I woke up this morning at 6:45 a.m., got her virtual queue for Tiana's Bayou Adventure. So I feel like I should be travel advisor of the year because
I would think so.
Tiana's Bayou, 3 days after opening,
Yeah.
getting that. And she was like boarding group like 11.
Oh, wow.
So she was like first one on in the morning.
Yeah, I was super excited for you when you sent that to us because I know who you're talking about. She's a very big influencer, and I was just so happy to see that she shouted you out, and I know that she's done that on some of her lives as well. So that's awesome.
Scott was so excited about that that he responded by saying
Going live.
Going live or something.
No, where was
or-
it? Was it in the family group chat? Because oh yeah.
Yeah, the family.
Yeah, Scott was so excited. Here's the exact text that he sent back. Enthusiastically, capital N, nice.
He's so supportive.
No exclamation point. Should have put a
such a great
period.
guy.
You might as well just put a period at the end.
I was trying to leave work.
I feel bad for Darren sometimes.
Yeah,
I'm sure
sometimes.
every day.
It's way less. Yeah, I was gonna say that's way less than me. I wake up thinking about him. I go to sleep worrying about him.
Yeah. So yeah, on top of working with my current clients that are at Disney World right now, I have some clients in Cancun, some clients going to Cancun this weekend that are nervous about the storm. So it's part of the job that I almost forget about until the storms get close and actually start getting more serious of where it's headed, because with hurricanes, you never know.
Right.
It changes every 5 seconds. There's 100 million predictions on it. So my thoughts and prayers go out to everybody involved in this way of the hurricane. And if trust working with a travel advisor, because we are here to help assist in those instances.
That's what I was going to say.
And by travel insurance.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say is like as you're getting close to a trip and a hurricane is going to disrupt, what's your recommendation? I mean, like if say they're not there, they're going there. And there's this hurricane that's going to disrupt the vacation. What do you recommend?
I sent an email out. I have literally 5 clients going to Cancun and flying in on Saturday. Literally sent out an email yesterday, just kind of preparing them and just saying, what are your thoughts on this? I know you're thinking about it. You're probably seeing it on the news. Do you still want to just go forward as planned or just wait it out? Because it's some people, this is their once a year trip or once in a lifetime type trip. So I leave it up to the clients. I let them know that their safety is my concern, and I'm here to help readjust if we need to move their trip. Usually as we start getting closer and seeing that these destinations are in that target spot, we are able to move them more easily without having to pay cancellation fees. If they see a hurricane's coming 2 months from now and they're like, oh, I want to cancel my trip because I think it's going to be a hurricane. You book the trip knowing it's hurricane season.
Right.
So there's no guarantees with any sort of weather in general. And flights get canceled all the time just for a simple rainstorm. So, but we're here to look out for our clients. So I have a great team that's been monitoring the weather, and we share updates as well with each other too, so that we know who to contact and help each other out.
That's awesome. Thank you, Nick.
Yeah.
Chris, you got any cliff notes?
I do.
It's been quite the show. A lot of stuff's happened, so nothing can stop this little boy from recapping the day the Chris's Cliff's Notes way.
I think this is my favorite screen. Not even being biased.
It's really
very
cool.
homophobic.
Yeah, I would have loved. You know what? My favorite screen is the Word of the Week screen, but this is my favorite because I forget what that screen even looks like. If you want to write for Word of the Week, contact us at. No, I'm just kidding. Darren, we love you. Is Darren even watching live? Yeah, Darren is.
Darren's watching.
He is.
He is.
Yeah, because he actually did call out. There are 2 rides at California Adventure Park that are similar or the same as
That's
Disney
it?
World.
Just
They do have
Soarin'
Soarin'
and
and Voyage of the Little Mermaid there.
See,
I'm excited for you guys to try the Lightning
But
McQueen
Soarin' is different sometimes. So sometimes they just do over California, while Epcot does around the world.
California is garbage, by the way. I feel sick.
Oh, really? I heard that
yeah.
one's great.
No, it's terrible.
You get the orange groves.
Okay, that's it. It's not as good as around the world.
As soon as Soarin' picked me off the ground in Disney World, my palm starts sweating. I had to close my eyes. So all I got was the smell.
I feel like it picked you up off the ground when you just sat in the chair because you're so short.
That was when my palms started sweating.
This
was way too high. And then it lifted us up. I was like, I'm going to pass out. Anyway, this week, the debate between Donald Trump and Joe Biden happened in between our recordings. And people were arguing like who won, who lost. Now, the real loser, the United States of America. While watching the debate, I've discovered that Joe Biden might be the only person in America that is worse at improv than Scott.
Yeah, it's very true.
Now, in the episode, when we were talking about showers, Scott said that before Nick came on, we were talking about showers. Now, in my defense, I usually shower after Nick comes on. So he wouldn't really understand before. Sadly, Nick talked about how his mother-in-law could have Alzheimer's. Now, the real reason why he knew that she could have Alzheimer's was she announced that she's running for president.
Oh, wow.
Late in the episode, Scott said that he was at work. Oh, I'm sorry. That was just funny for me. I have no idea what work is. Yeah. I'm sorry. And lastly, Scott said that next week he's going on a quest to ride everything in California. Scott, Pride Month is over. You can stop pandering. And those are my cliff notes.
It's been quite the show. A lot of stuff's happened, so nothing can stop this little boy from recapping the day the Chris's Cliff's Notes way.
Thank you so much, Chris. All right, so it's pretty sad that Jimmy Carter, who's been in hospice for like 2 years, would make a better president right now, or make a more coherent sentence. That was awful, and you know where I lie politically. It's scary, but anyway, I digress.
That was before we stopped the episode. I DVR'd it. Because I'm a big DVR guy now that I discovered that I can DVR things for the past 6 months. I DVR'd the debate, and I was texting Scott during my rewatch of the debate.
Yeah, because I was way ahead.
Yeah, and I texted Scott saying, I wish this happened every night. I would watch this happily every night because it is just peak entertainment. The sad part is these are the people running for the leader of the free world. Right. I truly think so. Our president right now did such a bad job that I think 75% of the stuff that Donald Trump said on stage was a lie. But I do think we could take it one step further. If Trump pulled out a gun, took Jake Tapper, brought him on stage and murdered him, I think he still would have won the debate. I think I think that's how bad Joe Biden. I think that Trump murdering the moderator of the debate still would have been a better look than just Joe Biden answering questions.
Well, he definitely murdered the fact checker machine because that thing was working on overdrive.
I know,
it didn't matter.
And that's the thing is it's all optics. So I remember there was this debate, the first ever televised debate. You had JFK and Richard Nixon. I don't remember it. Scott might have been. Richard Nixon sweat like a pig, and that's why JFK won. Is because
he looked better on television.
He just sweat a lot. Talking about people sweating profusely. None of us in this podcast would ever be able to debate live on TV because we would lose whatever the debate.
Neither
was.
Can our president. So
yeah. I can tell you this: we wanted to stream during the debate, we couldn't because I think I had a kid or something.
No, you were recording Disney.
Oh, that's right. September, there's another one. I don't think the Democrats should let Joe Biden do it, but if they do, we will be streaming our reaction live.
Yes.
Because that was really fun. That was, and I tell you what, politics completely aside, that was peak entertainment. That was peak comedy. That was better than anything Saturday Night Live has put out in years.
Oh, yeah. I'm like, how is Saturday Night Live going to top this?
Oh, my gosh. Like, I am not into politics. I haven't been for a while.
I feel like Saturday Night Live just needs to like come in with their intro and then just show that.
Yeah, that would literally, I would watch it every week.
Yeah.
I meant it wholeheartedly when I texted Scott and said I would watch this every single night if they did once a night. It was that good. In the worst way possible.
Yep. The most coherent that Biden was during that debate was when he was arguing with Trump over who's got a worse or a better golf handicap.
Which was the greatest moment in, I think, United States politics history.
Well, that in a presidential debate when one of the candidates says, I did not sleep with a porn star.
Oh, and I think he lost voters when he said that.
He's like, oh.
The real highlight of the night was after the debate when there was an after party. And Dr. Jill Biden took the microphone, and Biden's just standing there like a lost dog. And she just screams at him, "You did such a great job. You answered every question.
You knew all the facts."
I was like, this is the leader of the free world. It's like you have to laugh because if you don't laugh, you will panic because you realize that all of our enemies watch that debate as well.
Right.
My favorite thing about that, and again, politics aside, my favorite thing was anytime Biden ever said, "If I'm elected, I will do this." It's like I got a fun fact for you, Mr. Biden.
Spoiler alert.
You've been elected. You've been there. It was just so funny. It was so fun. If you don't take it serious, Which you really, I mean, how much is this actually affecting you? Unless you are trying to cross the border. I think those are the real losers of the night. People trying to cross the border illegally. Both of them agreed on the same things. Everything else was a complete.
But you know what? You know who didn't agree with something on border control? Border control. Because when Joe Biden said border control endorses me, border control, it immediately
right away
X'd out or tweeted out on X.
Yeah.
We do not support Joe Biden.
Yeah, we never have and never will.
Yeah.
That was pretty funny. So if you do watch the next debate, please watch it while on Twitter/X. It is the greatest thing ever. The memes are generational. And I think that's why that's what makes this stuff so fun is the memes that come after it, including the memes that we create on our YouTube. So check out our YouTube channel.
It's a great time to be alive.
Friends podcast on YouTube. We create a lot of non-political funny tweets. They're just funny. Go check them out.
Any last minute advice for me on my California trip, Nick?
No. You didn't book it through. He didn't book it through you. You can't give him anything.
Technically, I'm not allowed to due to insurance reasons. But as a friend of Chris's, it's definitely difficult to do rope shops to close there because of the time change. That's my biggest challenge that I struggle with out there.
Yeah.
Is once you hit 6 o'clock at night, you're like exhausted.
The other thing is because you're getting all these batches on Grindr out in California.
Yeah, that too.
It's like, I don't want to be at this park.
Yeah. Well, they're all inside the park because it's very gay out there. You can also get weed delivered out there.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Yeah. You just can't take it into Disney, but if it
California vendors
happens, if it falls into your suitcase,
or if it's consumed already. What are they gonna do?
Just do it before you go into the park. Disneyland, so it's such a magical park because it is walking in Walt's footsteps. And one of my favorite things that I do at the end of every trip is when you are walking down Main Street and leaving, look up at the firehouse where his office was. And I always just look at the light and say, "Thank you, Walt."
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, I got goosebumps. All right.
Or have a magical. I'm always crying. I'm always crying at every Disney trip. So.
All right.
But yeah.
We'll end on that note. That was cool.
Here's
Sarah,
20 minutes of plugs. We'll end right now.
Well, just saying that Disneyland has a better cocoa selection, so just keep a lookout for me, okay?
Yeah.
Got it. It's because it's close to that Mexican border, right?
Yeah, that area, yeah.
Gotcha.
Scott, buy me some exclusive Disney Park merch and then send it to me in like 2 or 3 years.
Yeah, exactly. I'll send it with your Halloween stuff.
Perfect.
Nick, where can our listeners find you?
So you can find me on Instagram at Emotional Support Gay Nick and on all social media platforms at Sandpiper Vacations to book your next vacation destination.
Sarah?
You can find me on the Instagram at Old Soul Thrift and on the TikTok at SuperSarah94.
Chris?
You find me at the chiropractor's office trying to find pressure points to make my daughter pass her bowels. If you're not interested in that, you can find me at Instagram at Chris Yob or on Twitch. No, it's another T word. TikTok at Chris Yob NNF. Wow.
And you can connect with all of us. Our social media links are right there on our website, no.new.friends.podcast.com. Join our clubhouse, become a Patreon member for as low as $2 a month. Get exclusive access to different contests, giveaways, and all that good stuff. And you get to be on our Discord and talk with us. It's fun. Watch us live on the YouTube every Wednesday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then follow us on TikTok when we go to the parks most Wednesdays, 9:30, 10 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time on the TikTok. Don't forget to vote for us for Orlando Weekly's Best of Orlando competition. Vote.orlandoweekly.com under the category Local Notables. That's Best Local Podcast, Best Local TikTok, Best Local Big Shot-Nick Bryan, and Best Local Radio Voice. That's Scott. If you listen to us on Spotify or Apple, please give us a rating, 5-star rating, and a review. That really helps us out, helps push us out in the algorithm. On behalf of our producer, Alex, Nick, Sarah, Chris, I'm Scott. Thank you so much for listening. We'll see you next time.
Bye-bye, bitches.
No new friends, just the old and the bold. In the world of gays, we're the ones you hold. Scott, Chris, Sarah, and Nick, a tale to be told. Welcome to the podcast where adulting unfolds. Where adulting unfolds. Where adulting unfolds.